One of the 7 angels that held the 7 bowls came and spoke to me and said, "Come, and I will show you the judgment on the great whore enthroned above the ocean. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and on the wine of her fornication, men all over the world have made themselves drunk." In the spirit he carried me away into the wilds, and there I saw a woman mounted on a scarlet beast, which was covered with blasphemous names, and had 7 heads and 10 horns.
Gather round, sit down, young children. Shut your gaping cake holes, just listen. Got a book, the picture on the front's kinda ominous. The story inside, far, far darker than the cover is. That once upon a time, it's damn present. His victims freeze in his damn presence. Only strike when you're sleeping. You won't hear floorboards creaking. What he looks like, don't know, no one's seen him. Just screaming and torn up corpses of daughters and dear loved sons bleeding. His name's Anik for some reason. Lurks behind every corner beneath bridges. Eats human flesh cause he thinks that it's delicious. Makes death of your free wishes in your nightmares that he visits. Books are for reading, looks can be deceiving. Never judge a book by its cover.
I heard a lot of stories.
Folk stories to tell your little brother.
Folk stories, legend of old verbals. Man with no face rang the church bells, and children ran to find help from flame-scarred man they said was burned in the fires of hell. As well they said he knew the devil personally. Don't be silly, couldn't possibly know the devil now, could he? Big bully, could make Dr. Jekyll hide like a pussy in the shadows. He carried an axe and a bag of toffees. Now how's your paranoia? Been smoking on marijuana? Listening in the dark? Go check out that sound behind you. From the furthest corner where the creak of the floorboard warned you. You're not alone, smelling a sickening sweet aroma like maybe fudge or a similar kind of flavor you suddenly recognize, like your memory just delayed you. Failing to move or speak, you hear something, you scream in your frozen seat and feel nothing. Books are for reading, looks can be deceiving. Never judge a book by its cover.
I heard a lot of stories.
Folk stories to tell your little brother.
The black clouds roll back to reveal the white moon, illuminating up a scene foretold by the folk rune. A shadow moved noiseless with poisonous intentions. Rivers and mirrors just too slow to cast reflections of him. Ramshankled ruffian named Ron pullback skin, jet black eyes and a sinister grin. A slightly feminine stance with a manly chin. Lolloping, looking for adventures to get in, and it just so happened there was a town nearby, plagued by a dragon that stolen 8 kids. Scaly rhyme could make the bravest man cry. Needle teeth, breath of flame, and eyes without lids. That had ability to hypnotize and cast illusions, cause confusions, make humans eat other humans. Ron weighed his options and decided he was coward. Ran away screaming while the town was devoured. Books are for reading, looks can be deceiving. Never judge a book by its cover.
I heard a lot of stories.
Folk stories to tell your little brother.
Bedroom Head Music presents The Running Man, Mix CD Volume 1.
In her hand she held a gold cup full of obscenities and the foulness of her fornication, and written on her forehead was Babylon the Great, the mother of whores and of every obscenity on earth.
I heard a lot of stories.
More gore and loose interest produced by this director. She explains that every frame contains strong language and violence, so I'll make it simple and plain. If you can't handle the randall, don't even enter this center. On a horror tip displaying no love, this script was written in blood. Make her brains ball, Shain Caw creates pain like a massacre in Texas with chainsaws. On Friday the 13th down Elm Street, every Halloween I meet an exorcist. At the house by the cemetery, which happens to be the last house on the left, I roam the streets at night with the living dead. They live on flesh, raw head red, reciting verses from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. See enough bloodshed, every page is crazy, the darkest chapter. This rapper brings a fear to your ear. Nothing but horror and psychological thriller, projected and displayed by this serial Wayne Spiller. Books are for reading, looks can be deceiving. Never judge a book by its cover.
I heard a lot of stories.
Folk stories to tell your little brother.
Once upon a time I come to chop you like dead meat, cause what I got in mind is you gotta die. If you wanna cross the line with technique, then speak. I promise you lie rotting in a coffin by next week. Throat slit, rip folds won't live, no shit. I got a schizo with psychosis, so sick. The moral of the story is don't ever fuck with me or I'll sever your neck with cuts shots, you better duck swiftly. Use your legs and run swiftly. Pray to make an escape, cause the fate of waiting fakes and raise a blade to the face. Ain't a game when I chase, cause when I catch you, I happily hack you. With a hatchet, I had to attack you, that's it. You're never getting record sales. We reciting folk stories, round fires and throw lies in for telling tales. I bet you're getting impaled, enemies captured, sentencing rappers to death, it's the end of their chapters. Books are for reading, looks will be deceiving. Never judge a book by its cover.
I heard a lot of stories.
Folk stories to tell your little brother.
Ever heard the myth about Jibbarish? Shit, or have you shitting Brits? Is it the same one who was kidnapping little kids?
Maybe, I don't know.
Under the bridges where the killer lives. And he has no fingertips. Wait a minute, I think I have heard of that. Fat cunt never paid tax once involved that a rat's come. That's dumb. Where you hear that one from? Son dwells in a dungeon surrounded by lanterns. Awake in the darkness of infinite blackness. Reveal the corpse, like camera action. Nice, dead or retired, never your liar. He's an immortal, I heard his parents set him on fire. He's a wolf, he's a shark. No, he's human, but his teeth are sharp. He's a super mutant, rumor has it he ripped a beast in half. Proof is his legend is beginning to fucking bore me. I heard he was a rapper, man, but that's another story. Books are for reading, looks can be deceiving. Never judge a book by its cover.
I heard a lot of stories.